And happy Sunday morning, June 14th, I believe. How are you guys doing on this Sunday? I thought I'd bring you guys along with me to cook a quick meal today. Um, if you were able to see the title, I am making uh, fettuccine. I use these noodles, the flat noodles, not spaghetti noodles. I've already got them boiling here in this pot. Uh, I am preparing to boil a little corn on the cob. I love corn on the cob. The bird's eye, as a matter of fact. The bird's eye is sweet corn. I'll also be preparing some broccoli, and I'll be mixing the broccoli in the noodle, in the Alfredo dish. And these are the potatoes that I like. I most likely will make biscuits because I like potato biscuits. I like to make them out of these, but I won't keep you guys online to see me make the biscuits because I have at least 3 videos online where I'm making biscuits. So pull up the channel, Gigi's Threefold Harvest, and watch some of my videos. If you guys haven't subscribed, please go to my channel and subscribe. And if you're looking at this, you're already on my channel. So please subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate it. I don't have the tracker on, so it may not follow me in the kitchen right now. But you guys, I appreciate you for joining, and I'm going to try and make the video as quick as possible. Meanwhile, as I always say, if you don't, let me let some of this light out. If you don't have the time to stay online and watch me, watch the entire video, just jot down the channel and come back and check out the video, okay? There are other videos on there. Put a couple on yesterday. With the help of a little bit of AI yesterday to make it quick. You see how fast these noodles are going right now. So it's a little bit less than half a box of these flat noodles, which are fettuccine noodles that I showed you. I think I'm on. I have a time. I switch up my glasses, but I actually have a time trying to read the comments. But thank you guys again. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And I'd appreciate it so much. So this bag of bird's eye corn comes in a pack of 12. And it is very good. Doesn't take it very long to cook and soften. You guys try it sometime. Not advertising, not paid to advertise anything for anybody. Just some information for you guys so you'll know what I'm using. Again, I don't have the tracker turning on right now. The tripod tends to shake when it has to follow me around in the kitchen. Okay. Ava, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, hello, thank you for joining. Again, if you're just coming on, I'm actually making an Alfredo dish. Some people may pronounce the Alfredo dish. Just a little small dish for today, for supper. Okay? Okay, you guys, here's the broccoli I'm going to be using. These are the florets. And as a matter of fact, it's a good idea. I can just I probably will go ahead and just put this entire bag in the microwave. That will be a lot quicker than trying to steam it. So I'll put this up because I was going to use this little pan with the hose. You know, when you're boiling something and you got to steam something, you see how that fits right there? I don't have like a double boiler. It would fit right here and you could steam them. But to save time, I'm just going to microwave that entire bag. I'll let you see me put the fettuccine together. Now actually we'll be using black pepper. I'll be using the black pepper. I'll be using this fettuccine sauce, Alfredo sauce, that is. And it's by Bertolli. And this Lowry seasoning. Use any type of seasoning you want. Because this is pretty plain. It's really not seasoned. You can buy roasted and garlic Alfredo sauce. You can buy any type of sauce you want. If you haven't subscribed, again, I can't emphasize enough to please subscribe to the channel. And now I'm gonna grab the chicken that I'm gonna put in there. And this chicken, not gonna have a lot of chicken, I see. Well, actually, I have a couple of grilled pieces. And I also have this, you know, you can buy these from these bags. You actually get 2 bags for $9.99. There's a lot of grilled chicken in here. This chicken here is what I'm going to mix with it once it gets done. So I've got a chicken patty. I'm going to cut up some frozen chicken patties, and I'll season them just a little bit. Should have already had that done. But these are already seasoned. But I'm going to place these in the microwave for just a bit. And I think one is probably going to be enough because I don't look, they're pretty big. You see how big these chicken breasts are? They're actually frozen, but they're already done. So I'll let those thaw a little bit. And then I'll put these back in the freezer for another time. It is Sunday. I think I already mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but it is Sunday, June 14th. So half of the month is gone already. What do you got? What are you doing this morning? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can make comments if you want. You can chat on this chat, but once this video closes, the chats disappear for some reason. I still don't understand why. But you can always come back to Gigi's Threefold Harvest and make comments, suggestions, anything you think you'd like to see, things you think you'd like to see me cook, and I would appreciate it. Good comments and negative comments, as long as they're decent and not disrespectful. I can take constructive criticism. That's what I call it when people give you, tell you things. Oh, you're Turkish. That's at Faith. Faith or Turk. And again, forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name, your handle incorrectly. Thank you so much for joining. And just subscribe before you leave. You can always come back to the channel and finish looking at this video and other videos that I already have out there. Okay? It's a lot of sun coming in through here. So, and now that made it pretty dark. Hi, McNabb, Mac, don't laugh at me. But if you guys have been on here before, you know I tend to mispronounce everybody's name. And I'm sorry, it's not intentionally. But thank you so much for joining. Turn on a little light, that helped a little bit. But that window back there kind of fades me out. I usually have my tracker on so you can see me move about in the kitchen. But this thing tends to shake a lot when I turn the tracker on. Here's the chicken again for those that just jumped on that I'm going to use in the Alfredo dish, however you guys pronounce it. I have my noodles, my Muller noodles, fettuccine noodles already boiling here. It's probably a little bit less than a half a pack, so it's not a lot of them. I didn't go buy any more yesterday. And then over here, I actually have my bird's eye corn on the cob. That sweet corn, and it's really, really good. Okay, so I heard this piece of chicken, because the chicken I just showed you, I anticipate that's not going to be enough. So here's another piece of chicken that I'm about to dice up. Diced up a little bit so to be already ready. You know, fettuccine dish, Alfredo dish. The dish is very well known at Olive Garden. Turn this down. I like to stir it with this whips so the noodles, if they clump together, they're won't stick as bad. So I'm gonna cut this chicken breast you just saw up a little. I'm gonna cube it. What's that burning? Maybe something on the eye. You guys smell anything? I think it's something on the eye. I don't see anything else that it could be. But it'd be nice if you guys could smell through the phone, wouldn't it? So I'm going to cube that chicken breast up about like this. I'm going to try and cube it up the way this is. Okay. Again, if you can't stay for the full video, just subscribe to the channel. I'll come back later and watch that video along with some more videos that are already out there. Okay. Okay, so this chicken is already done, so I'm about to taste a piece. Oh yeah. And it tastes just like that chicken that I showed you in the bag. This chicken here was grilled by my niece. My niece and her fiance. And you know how when you go and eat out, have a family outing, and then you don't think you're hungry. You're not hungry till you leave, so it's always a good idea to take something with you. And I'm glad that I brought this. I had cooked the other chicken, the remaining chicken out of that bag. Actually, you get 2 bags of that chicken from Sam's Club that I just showed you guys. You get 2 bags of it for $9.98. I mean, in other words, under $10. Now look at all this chicken that one chicken breast made. Look at that. So once the noodles get done, I'm going to just mix this together, mix it with the sauce. But if you want to stay around and watch, you can. If you don't, just come back later. And don't forget to subscribe and comment. If you have to come back later and comment, make some suggestions if you have a channel. I always recommend people leave your channel name so I can subscribe to your channel as well. And I do have a TikTok. You know, all my channels are, I have a TikTok and a Facebook. Facebook is Gail McWilliams Owens. If you want to go there, again, that's Gail McWilliams Owens for Facebook, where you'll see a lot of things on there that you may not see on YouTube. I also have the TikTok is at MC Will Beauty So Fun. And if you're really interested in those channels, just hit me up after this video go off and I'll send it. I'll send you the link. Hello, Joe. What you want me to shake, Joe? Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining. And again, comments are welcome. Comments are welcome. Just keep them clean, people. You guys watch social media, I'm sure you see a lot of stuff. I know I do. Okay, so that chicken is ready. I'll move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these are the yams. I'll actually be making biscuits, but you guys go on the channel and watch me make homemade buttermilk biscuits. I'm actually going to make what they call sweet potato biscuits out of these. But the only thing I'm going to be doing is cooking them, seasoning them with a little cinnamon and sugar and flavor. And then after my biscuits get done, I'm going to make me a sweet potato biscuit. Some people actually mash the sweet potato, like the hard ones that you get and cook. Some people actually mash those up and mix it in with the dough. I'm not going to do that. I actually don't like it that way. But I bought some from a restaurant called McCall's before. And I'm not crazy about those. You know, it actually doesn't seem like it has enough potato in it or something when you just mash it up with the dough. I'd rather just cook my biscuits separately and then put one of these bad boys in there. You're talking about something good. And you can also eat these alone. You don't have to cook them the way I'm about to just throw right in the microwave. And then you see they're frozen and stuck together, so I break them down so they can fall down in the pan. See that? And then I'll come back with my seasoning. My noodles are about ready. Man, I really don't have a lot of noodles, but it'll be okay. I should have went and bought some more, but I was too lazy. I actually didn't know what I was going to cook today. Okay, so I'm going to season these sweet potatoes you just saw. Should already have my seasoning out. Any brand of cinnamon. This is actually cinnamon. See that? This is cinnamon. They'll be so good. They don't need a lot of sugar because they tend to be already sweet a little bit. So anyone that knows the difference between granulated sugar and the brown sugar, I'm actually going to use the brown sugar. Yeah, you don't need a lot of sugar on it. And then brown sugar tends to be clumpy. That should be enough. Brown sugar. And then I always, again, I don't have the tracker sit to follow me because the tripod shakes a lot when it tries to follow me around for some reason. But some vanilla in here. Don't really need vanilla. You won't even miss it if you don't put it in here. But I want to put some in there just to say I put some in there. And anyone that buys vanilla flavoring, you know that it's very expensive. But this right here is really reasonable for $9 from Sam's Club. If you have this message is held for reviews. I don't know which message they're talking about. Did somebody put a bad message on here? Don't y'all put bad messages on there. Like something that'll end up getting you in trouble. I appreciate you coming on, I really do. But just keep it clean. Okay? Okay, so that was just a little bit of vanilla. Didn't seem like much. But vanilla is very expensive. If you just buy the little 2-ounce, 1-ounce bottle, it's very expensive. This is the most reasonable, called the Rising Star, and it actually comes from Sam's Club. And this is an 8-ounce bottle for less, a little bit, well, $10, about a little bit over $10 by the time you pay tax. Okay, so, and then, even though I don't need any butter, I'm gonna put a little bit of butter. Add a little bit of real butter, but it doesn't have to be real butter. It could just be butter. And again, I get buy in bulk from Sam's Club, because when I make my biscuits, I use butter. I'm going to make biscuits today, but I'm not going to use butter. I'm actually going to use Crisco, this right here. But I won't keep you guys on to make the biscuits. I already have a video online making biscuits. Now, this is Crisco. I'm going to use Crisco, but I'm still going to use my buttermilk, because I have to have my biscuits to go along with my potatoes. You know why I'm at it? I don't need a lot of butter. You don't need a lot of butter, because when this melts, it's going to be delicious with or without butter, these potatoes. And I believe that's it. So, you see how they're like falling apart already? And I just put them in the microwave. We want cinnamon on those. You see, I'm going to put these in the microwave. And this is dessert. You don't have to eat them with a biscuit. But I'm a country girl from the state of North Carolina, very country. So I eat that good old country food. So I'm going to put those on for about 5 minutes. They're pretty much already done. You just cook the seasoning into them. That's all you do. Then when that's done, I can, well, actually, I don't have to wait till it gets done, because I'm about ready to put my noodle dish together. So I'm just going to, probably don't need to use the whole bag, especially being I don't really have a lot. I may not cook the whole bag. I better wait, because I don't have a lot of noodles. I prefer more noodles than chicken. Really, I do. I'm probably gonna have too much chicken, too much of everything. Okay, and then that I do like butter. This is the corn that's boiling. My corn on the cob. What's that one? Okay. That's the corn on the cob. And it's probably already done. You don't need absolutely anything in this corn on the cob. Because it's already, of course it has to get done, but it's so nice and sweet. And I do like to have a little butter. I like to have it cook in about just a tap of butter while it's boiling. Okay. I'll let you take a look if you guys still on there. Again, if you can't stay on during the entire video, just come back. Just come back and look later. I'm trying to let you see in the pot. Well, you can see the pot. That's as close as I can bring you without sitting you on the stove. See that? So that's my noodles. As you can see, I don't have a lot of them, but it's plenty. It's just a big, deep pot. My favorite pot for boiling and frying is this big old heavy ceramic pot. And then you see the corn. I have 6 out of 12. That was in the bird's eye pack. I think you can see it. Okay, I don't know what comment they're talking about here. Oh, okay. It was a kind of derogatory message from somebody. But it wasn't any of you guys that's already up here. Inappropriate message or hell for review. Got it. Okay. And you always got somebody that's gonna do that. Somebody called me a Miss Penis. I don't have a penis. Somebody's always gonna say something stupid or inappropriate, but it doesn't bother me. It lets me know something is wrong with that person. That person has the problem, not me. You got a lot of people that do pretty well on social media, and they let people like that chase them away. I only have a small channel. I don't have a big channel. I mostly video for fun, for networking with people. But it's impossible to duck the disrespect from some of them out there. So I think I've got everything going, but I wanted you guys to hang on, if you will. If not, just come back so you can see me at least put the Alfredo dish together. And I am going to need these things here to be steamed. They're going to need to be steamed. So I'll just put a little hole in there. Put a little hole in there, and I'll put this one in this microwave. Just let them steam a little bit. I don't use this microwave much, but just let it steam a little bit. I always use this old-fashioned countertop. This old-fashioned countertop microwave that you see right there. I use that one most of the time. So these are the potatoes that I just showed you guys. They're not like ready like they should be. So I'm gonna let them go back in here, and I'll just do 10 minutes because well, that's just 1 minute. I don't want it to. So I do 5. You see how quick that stopped? I'm just steaming those. Time cook. Okay, so 5 minutes. By the time they quit this time, they definitely should be ready. Again, I didn't set the tripod so it could follow me around. I have to like turn it around and let it for it to follow me so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna let you look in this pot. Well, actually, you're looking on the other side of the room now. So there's the corn that I was trying to show you a little while ago. And those are the noodles. It don't look like enough, but that's a deep pot, so I'm certain that that is enough. See? And then I made a mess over here because this is where I've been preparing things at. But that's my chicken that I cut up a little while ago. And again, I'll be making biscuits out of Crisco today because it'll be fairly quick. See that? So I let that cook just a little bit more. And I'll just turn you guys back around. Oop. Right. Turn you guys back around. I try to point you at the stove so I won't have to turn you around too much. Okay, so let me get my bowl. I'll be getting my bowl. You're back quick. Not even 1 o'clock. What happened? What happened? Y'all out so early. Thought I had food ready for you. Usually don't get here until 1:30. What happened? It's on. What does that matter? Sure, you used to me video. You're crazy. Nothing happened? What in the world? Did they have somewhere else to go? Yeah, I'm gonna put this together and I'll be cutting it off. Yeah, but I was gonna surprise you. But you surprised me. You surprised me all day. Well, you surprised me. Now surely it's usually 1:30 or 2 o'clock sometime when I'm not with you before you get here. So that means you must be driving around out there. Yeah, it was a little rough getting out of the bed this morning. I should take that out. Those pills give you a hangover. Give me a hangover. Who? Oh, so she probably was. I don't even know who that is. Is it somebody I ever seen? You can kind of turn them down a little bit because before it start getting real hot, I had opened the blinds up so I can get some light. Yeah. So I didn't have many of these noodles, but one or two things. I still gotta cook me some biscuits, but I'm not gonna cook them online. Since they've seen me cook online before, haven't you guys? Well, unless you guys are new. But if you are new, please subscribe to the channel or jot down Gigi's Threefold Harvest and come back and view the videos on the channel later. Okay? I think I spoke to everybody on here. Ava, Faith, McNamit, Joe, and I see a couple who did leave. But thank you guys for coming on. And he sent an email out about the person that did the service today. Yeah, I guess he wouldn't do it because he knew half people probably wouldn't come. Huh? I would have been one of them. But I didn't intend to go today anyway. Seems like I enjoy it better when I don't go every Sunday. I mean, really just the same thing every Sunday. Yeah, when I cooked that first dish that I cooked, I don't just making some Alfredo. When I cooked the first one, I used up most of the noodles, so I didn't have a lot of there. But I got enough for everything else left. Let's see. I'll go ahead and mix that up. Okay, guys, I'm about to mix the dish up, and then I'm gonna turn you off. You can come back later and watch the full video. I'll show you the potatoes. And if you want to see how to make the biscuits, this time I'm not going to use butter. Just go online, and I have at least 3 videos making biscuits already on the channel at Gigi's Threefold Harvest. For the sake of time, and keep having an extra long video, I won't video that today. So yeah, the only thing you need on these potatoes is brown sugar. The potatoes are already somewhat have sugar in them. Sweet potatoes have a natural sweetness about them. Anyway. All right, so I steam just a little bit. Steam it a little more. Okay. So probably makes more sense to just pour the noodles back in there. Turn you guys around. So I've already strained the noodles. And I'm putting it back in this pot. I was going to mix it in the red bowl that you just saw. But being that I'm going to need to warm up the Alfredo that I showed you, the sauce. Which is this. Actually, these come in a pack of 3 at Sam's Club. And this is just plain. They do have the roasted and other sauces that are already seasoning, but I'm going to be putting my own seasoning in here. I'll pull you a little closer to the stove so you can see what I'm doing. I guess you can see. Okay, so I'm going to pour this entire jar. So far, I just have cooked Alfredo and, cooked noodles. The fettuccine noodles now, not spaghetti. So just pour the entire jar in there. And then I'm gonna, before I stir it into the noodles, I'm gonna use a little bit of Lowry. It's called Lowry Total Seasoning. Now, I don't like a lot of seasoning because, it pretty much can mess your dish up. But a lot of people I do know love a lot of seasoning in their dishes. I don't. Salt and pepper is my favorite, and that's just about enough for me to use. But I do like to use a little seasoning that contains everything. And then this is just a little bit of black pepper. Um, and I have the Lowry's Original. This is the Lowry's Original. And this was the Lowry's Total Seasoning. This is your original Lowry. This is the Total Seasoning Lowry. And you use what you want to use. You can use Walmart brand. Most of the time, that's the type of seasoning that I do use. Walmart, the cheapest thing I can get. But I'm putting this in here on for the sauce mostly. Because I noticed when I use the other bottle, the sauce tastes a little drab. A little plain. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you can see, I'll let you see in my pot. You see that seasoning on top of that? And I'm just stirring it up to just make sure, and that's before I incorporate it too much into the noodle. Taste it a little bit. So that's definitely enough seasoning, the little that you saw me sprinkle. No particular measurements, depending on your own taste. What you want to taste. Okay. Okay. So this, again, is my broccoli. The only thing I do is steam the broccoli. I do mix the broccoli into the dish after I get everything else on. Those were the potatoes you heard just quit cooking. And the corn is pretty much already ready as well. Corn on the cob. You go back into the video once I repost the video. Remember that when the live ends, once the live ends, the video will disappear until I repost it. And that's because YouTube inspects the video. Like they inspected the video a little bit just then when somebody put an inappropriate comment on there. And it's good that they block those comments, very inappropriate. And I noticed that they let me know that someone had just posted an inappropriate comment. So I appreciate you guys staying decent. It's okay for constructive criticism. If you want to criticize, if you have a comment, a suggestion, that's fine. But making sexual comments is not. I'm glad they blocked that and they let me see it, but you guys couldn't see it. But somebody is always going to do that, and that's what a lot of people will run people away from social media. But I'm not a weakling. You know, if you let people run you away from doing what you want to do and what you like to do, you're in trouble in this world. And I appreciate you guys that are still on for staying decent. Okay. So that's the end of that. The potatoes, I believe you heard the potatoes finish up. This is my chicken breasts that I had cut up for you guys earlier. And it's already seasoned, so now I'm going to drop it into the dish. Actually, it's so much of it, it don't look like I need to put any more in here. You know, that I told you I bought from Sam's Club, I don't think I'm gonna need that because it's gonna be too much for the amount of pasta that I used. Okay, so I'm just about done. I'll be letting you guys go. This chicken right here is what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna use this because then I'm gonna have too much chicken. So I'll just put this back up to make something else with. You keep in mind you can use at Sam's Club you get 2 bags of these and they're attached together. Two. I don't see the size of the bag, but it's a true to size here that I'm showing you, and it's 2 of them, and they're only $10, and it's very good chicken. That's what it looks like. Looks just like what I just cut up. So I'm not going to use this because then it'll have, I'll have too much chicken in the dish, and I don't have a lot of pasta. Okay. All right. And so the only other thing, some people do put carrots in their pasta dish, but I'm just gonna put broccoli in here. That'll be enough. These broccoli florets. So I just put a few of those in there just to give it some color. And some people also mix the cheese. They put cheddar cheese as well as this Alfredo cheese. Or Frito, however you want to pronounce it. And you know what? This is a small bag, so it never hurts to have enough vegetables. So I went ahead and used this whole bag. I normally wouldn't have used the entire bag, but I did steam the whole bag, so I don't think it's a good idea to freeze any of it. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you take a look in the pot. do like to get all of my sauce out of the jar, but I don't want the sauce to be watered. So, but I put a little bit of water in here. Tomatoes is another ingredient that you can put in this dish, but you only put it in the dish after the dish gets done. Okay, let me show you the sweet potatoes. And they are delicious, just like they are. And I'm down, believe it or not. See? They're the potatoes, the sweet potato rounds. And I showed you the package if you guys were looking. If you weren't looking, just go back when the video reposts and look at it. See, and I just have brown sugar, or just a little pat of butter, and cinnamon, and a little bit, just a tap of vanilla flavoring. And they are delicious. Of course, you can make them from fresh, whole sweet potatoes if you like, but this is the lazy way. Okay, so that's that. And I will dice up a little bit of tomato and put in here, just to keep from having to throw this tomato away. I'll dice up just a little bit of tomato. And I'm going to cut the corn off. To keep from moving you back and forth to the stove, here's the corn. And this is a bird's eye sweet corn. It's very good. You don't need to put anything on it. But if you watched the entire video to this point, you saw me put a little bit of butter in the water when I started boiling it, and just a little bit of salt. So there you go. Okay. And I believe that was it. It seemed like I was cooking a lot. But I only really have the three dishes: the corn on the cob, the potatoes, and the pasta dish. You just have to work to get all those things together. So here's the tomato. I'm just going to dice a little bit of tomato and kind of sprinkle it in the pasta dish. But the pasta is ready. Pasta is ready with broccoli so far. And I don't like for it to overcook, so I'm turning it off. And I'm going to rinse the tomato. Okay, here's a tomato, a real tomato, a fresh tomato. So I'm just going to dice a little bit of tomato up. Because most likely I'll end up wasting this tomato. I will come back in video when I make a little small pizzas out of not the pita bread, not the flour dough or tortilla dough, but the garlic bread. They are delicious that way, guys. They are really delicious. Put whatever topping you want on there. Remember to make sure you use mozzarella cheese, if nothing else. And I put tomatoes, fresh tomatoes on top, and it is delicious. I don't have any inside. The rest of them are out in the freezer. And again, you can buy those from Sam's Club. It comes with a pack of 4. I believe it's at least 6 nice sized slices of garlic toast in the packet. Very reasonably priced. You guys try that sometime. Okay, so here's my diced tomato. You don't have to cook it or anything. I'm just gonna pop it in the pot and I'll let you look at the dish in a minute. Okay. I see the video has, I usually can see, ooh, 55 minutes. Wow. I've been on here a long time. But I'm gonna just put a little bit on the plate so you can see what it looks like. And you guys, I'm gonna end this video for real. Broccoli. And there you have it. See that? Isn't that pretty? See? There's your pasta. See, the tomatoes give it some color. And plus, the tomatoes are very good with it. There's your broccoli. And there it is, guys. Meanwhile, you guys have to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you haven't, again, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys the next time. If I can shut it off. Okay, I've got food on my hand. So let me try this again. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much for watching. All right, baby. Since I made a plate for them to see, you can come and eat it.